Welcome to Captain of Industry. My name is Corporal Hobbs, and we are back in episode 14. So, been some time in between episodes. Base has changed a lot. Currently, just following a train right now. But let's go over what the plan is for today's episode. So, today we are going to be jumping into uranium and setting up our first nuclear power. So that's the goal for today. And before we jump into that, I just want to say thank you to everyone that checked out the last video, that left likes and comments and subscribed and became channel members. It means a lot. Very much appreciated. So thank you for that. But let's look at the change in the base. And of course, the rain comes in now. But I've filled in the giant hole that was here from our old iron and coal mine. So that's done. I've added in all of our train stations that we should need for the most part for the main section of the base here. And then I've gone through and hooked up all the belts here. So all the belts go to their respective storages. Had to go through and move all of these support beams. So that was a lot of fun to do, especially running all these different belts everywhere. I moved the rock dumping to over here. So still using the same balancer over here for 8 belts of throughput out. So that's working. And then I have this prepped for our uranium, which we'll take a look at. And expanded the maintenance, had to do our maintenance level up a little bit more. So we are using about 3,300 maintenance at the moment for maintenance 1. So expanded that way it's ready to go. And then I reorganized the belts over here, part of this rebuild. So I have the new 4.2 update with the modular ramps. So I have these ramps in over here. And then moved all these belts down, belts and pipes down, and then changed the oil blueprint around a little bit. Still using the same oil blueprint, just reorganized some of this and cleaned up the pipes, and then added in this nice long ramp to get the trucks over. One of the things with 4.2, with this most recent update, is the ability to do, let's look, height for ramps. So we can do ramps over train junctions now. So to demonstrate that, I built one of these here just from our main vehicle depot. We can now have trucks drive right over the train tracks, which is really cool. So it changes up the game plan a lot. And the plan, one of the things before that update that I was working on, which I was going to go over, is I started digging out these bypasses, so underneath the train tracks, which we'll still be using some, but with the ability to go over the train tracks now with a ramp, kind of makes this obsolete. But let's go over this portion real quick. So the way you would build one of these is, let's look at this one here. I did this one correctly. So you do 2 wide here, and then you ramp it down by 1, and then ramp it up on the other side, and you can put in your retaining walls here. So I just do retaining walls straight across. It's a width of 2, so like that. Then you do your retaining walls on each side, and then that keeps everything level and straight, and then your mega excavators can pass underneath this without issue. And then added in a vehicle ramp here, as well as added in some more crossings down here so excavators can get moving through. And then I started incorporating some of these height 7 pipes, that way excavators can pass through those without issue. So I put some in over here, and then some in over here, maybe some other places. Oh yeah, right here and right here. so excavators can get through. And what else? Started concreting, putting down concrete everywhere. And then I moved the oil contract that we were doing over here, as well as some of the got rid of the sand or quartz contract, as well as the coal contract. So the only contracts we are currently using right now is diamonds for imported goods, for our luxury goods for the settlement, gold for oil. So we're doing that contract, and then I turned on rock and dirt for fuel gas. So that's what is going on over here. So I have this shipyard or cargo depot for dirt for fuel gas, so we can get rid of our excess dirt. Then I incorporated a balancer that we're using over on rock over here for dirt, so we can store up some dirt if we ever need it, as well as getting rid of this dirt and just dumping it so it doesn't back up our mines. But I have the fuel gas over here, as well as the oil coming in, and we got some storage for that over here. And then these pipes just run through the base over and join in over here to supply the crude oil for the refinery, as well as extra fuel gas that we can crack and turn into diesel, which will save us some oil as well. And I have these guys down here by the titanium that we found. So our project team is over here just getting rid of this hill, getting it prepped for when we get into titanium mining, which will probably be next episode. But today's episode is going to be uranium. So I have the quartz mine up and running over here. Iron mine is still running. I added in our train tracks, so we have our track all the way out, all the way down to here to this junction, so they'll be able to turn left, and we will put our uranium mine right here. So let's start that process. So we'll use my mining station blueprint, and basically we just need, it would be nice to do this, but the ore sorter won't fit right there. So I think we'll just line it up over here. So we'll do something like that. And that should be enough room to hook these guys in. It is. Perfect. So we'll unpause this. Let the trucks get started mining out this, or getting this built. And then we will edit this area. Draw this rectangle through this spot here, I'm thinking. So we do something like that. And then let's get our mining designation. And we'll just cut right into this hill here. Same with over here. I want to open this area up. And same with this area. And right through here. So the goal will be to get all of this cleared out, so we can get our train tracks through here. That way our uranium mine can take our train tracks out this way, over here. I did move the wood production to right here by the gold mine, but we'll go right over this and then into the train's tracks over here. That way our uranium mine can access our drop-off point over here. So I did add in the tracks going through this area, and then over our power production. So thankfully we can fit the flywheels underneath the train tracks. So it allows us to put our main line right over everything. Then it turns over into this junction where we can come out this way to our stackers for inputs and outputs for the trains waiting to get into the stations. And then same on the other side, we have a stacker here where our trains can come in from the main line on this side and park here while they wait for a spot to open up. So we'll get that built. Let's see. While we are waiting on this to get built, in between episodes, I did put together a bunch of new blueprints. So we should be done with trains for the moment. So I put together a new nuclear blueprint for this season. So members, channel members YouTube members can get access to these blueprints. They're available through the Discord. But the first thing we are going to look at is Yellowcake production. So the way I am, well, let's get this blueprint down and then we'll talk about it. So I'm thinking I am going to put our Yellowcake production in over here. So let's get that down. And I believe I just needed to flip it. Yep. So we'll get this down. I'm actually going to do 2 of them. There we go. What's going on? That should fit. Why is this not fitting? Oh, because I expanded this. Oh, that's why. Okay. Give me one moment. Let's, if I do that. What's the easiest way to do this? Let's do delete. Go to our train manager. There should be one here called delete. Perfect. Okay. So that gets the train out of the station. I can then delete this and delete this. We'll use some of our Unity to get rid of that. And then fix the pillar that's going to break on us. Okay. So that should do that. Now I should be good to expand this. Perfect. There we go. Okay. And we'll unpause here. That way trucks can get this built while I talk about the blueprint. So we'll come over here to this open area and then go through it. So basically, the idea is this will run, make all the Yellowcake you need to run 24 enrichment plants, making 12 uranium rods for up to 6 nuclear reactor 2s, or enough Yellowcake to run 2 fast breeding reactors, doing the 3 times enrichment is the idea. And so what I mean by that is if we look at our nuclear, to get our uranium rods, we need to take some enriched uranium 4%. We get that by taking Yellowcake. 3 Yellowcake makes half a uranium 4%. We need 8 to be able to run 4 reactors at full output, which means that we would need 16 of these enrichment plants running to make all of the enriched uranium to produce the uranium fuel rods that we need. Once we have 8 of these reactors up and running and we have the research done, then we can do nuclear reprocessing. So we can take our spent fuel, convert that into reprocessed uranium. Reprocessed uranium we can also feed into a enrichment plant. Oops, won't be able to see it right there. So we can also feed that into a enrichment plant. So you take 2 reprocessed uraniums and some more hydrogen fluoride, and that will get you half a enriched uranium. So that gives you 1 nuclear reprocessing plant will produce 6 reprocessed uranium. So you can run 3 enrichment plants or get to get an additional 1.5 enriched uranium. The other thing we can also do is so that gets that. So that will make us the spent fuel, which we'll have to store for now till we can reprocess it. Once we reprocess it, we'll be able to get our MOX production going. How do we do that again? It's plutonium. Yeah, plutonium. So we take a chemical plant using plutonium and some of the depleted uranium that we get as a byproduct. That will create MOX rods. So 1 chemical plant 2 running that will produce enough to keep 1 MOX reactor going. And let me see, where is it? So the idea I'm doing with nuclear for this season is the Yellowcake. Normally, the way I've done it in the past is I build the Yellowcake production with the enrichment plants and have all of that tied into just a singular nuclear reactor build. But the thing that we would use Yellowcake for is we can also use Yellowcake in chemical plants for fast breeding reactors to make the blanket fuel that we will eventually need. So instead of rebuilding everything twice, once we upgrade to fast breeding reactors, I've decided to split the Yellowcake production to be its own thing. We will put Yellowcake on a train and have the train take the Yellowcake to the nuclear reactor where we'll do the enrichment there for our first set of nuclear reactor 1s and 2s. And then when we get to fast breeding reactors, we'll bring in the Yellowcake to do the blanket fuel production. So let's look at our blueprints over here. We have Unity. So let's speed up the process here using 400 Unity. And then we can see this a little bit better. So over here on the sides of the blueprints, I have everything marked for what the belts and pipes are. Basically at height 4, I believe, height 3, we have water. Underneath that we have coal, then we have sulfur and salt for the right hand side. And then on the left hand side, we are bringing in uranium ore, rock, outputting slag, and then outputting our Yellowcake. So the idea here is this train station will bring in the uranium ore that we mine. It will get processed through, go over here to this storage where it goes in, loops around, stays here where it goes out to our crushers. So that's what starts this process is we take our uranium ore, crush it down to uranium powder, feed that into our settling tanks, mix it with some acid that gets us the yellowcake as well as the toxic slurry. The wastewater treatment, we take that toxic slurry, take some filter media, some brine, and we get some water back and some slag. And this blueprint has everything that you need in it. So we are making the filter media up here. We are doing that by doing manufactured sand and gravel and some coal. So we take some rock, crush it to make gravel, take some of that gravel, crush it to make the manufactured sand. We make the acid on hand here as well. And then we also make the brine on hand as well. And then that's what all of this stuff is for here. So what we can do to get this process started is start making the filters and our acid. And we'll do it for these guys up here as well. That will start filling up our acid tank so we're ready to go once we get some uranium in. These guys are digging up titanium. So I just have to clear out their inventory with some unity. These guys are just prepping the titanium mine. We're not actually digging up any titanium yet. So I don't think it's worth it to try and put in a sorter or anything like that. Was it 27 mega excavators and 57 trucks out here working. But we are going to take 7 of those and bring them over here to our uranium mine. We'll do 7 and 14. There we go. Get that going. Have all the train tracks down. Speed this up by putting in everything we need for the actual station so we can get trains starting to bring in fuel over here. Which means would like some of this fuel storage online. Just need a little bit more unity. How's our health doing? Oh, we have a deadly flu coming through, that's why. Our air pollution must mean that we are backed up on graphite. Yep. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, we're venting all of this carbon dioxide, which is tanking our health here. But we'll deal with that later. We should have everything ready to go here for our first set of fuel trains. So there we go. So diesel unloading. Let's get this added to our train network. So we'll go that one and that one. That should instantly bring in some trains. We'll do our train limit of 6. And then this guy, we want to add uranium ore to. There we go. All of our filters are on. I don't care if you back up. Our diesel pipe is connected all the way through. Perfect. How's our excavators doing? They are on their way. One of the things I will do is put in a vehicle depot here in case anything gets stuck. We can have the vehicle depot here for the excavators. That's what I've been doing with all the other mining stations. Let's see if anybody's stuck. It doesn't look like it. Gold mine, you guys are good too. As our coal, we are digging into the coal pit here. High supply of wastewater. Why is that? 400 waste. Yeah, I think we are about due for another one then. Which also means these guys need to be emptied. For now, we'll just do it with some Unity, but I'll assign some trucks here permanently. That way they can keep emptying everything. It looks like our sludge backed up, which means I should probably unpause our sludge burning just so we can keep the wastewater from backing up over here. Should help with the water in our settlement as well. Low supply of limestone. That's because, yeah, this guy is stuck waiting on trucks to carry everything. That should be handled. That should be handled. But oversupply of compost. We'll put 2 trucks on that as well. Low supply of water. That's fine. Okay. How's this coming along? It looks like, yep, we got our train of diesel coming in. Perfect. That means we'll have some diesel over here. I do want a truck to supply diesel for our vehicles, so we'll assign that real quick. Where's our excavators at? They are here now. Perfect. Okay, so I am going to assign 5 of them to uranium. Okay, so that should leave 2 that are not have no preference, so they should be able to mine anything. So that'll just help clear out this area. And we got some Unity, so we'll use our Unity over here, especially on this rock and dirt. There we go. And there we go. So that should be everything built for this mining station. That means our trucks will start delivering, start processing, and they'll dig their way into the uranium here. Then we can start our process of making some Yellowcake. And we got acid building up. We got filter media built up and brine built up. So we are ready to turn on our Yellowcake production once we have some uranium. And let's look at where we are going to put in our nuclear reactor. So the next blueprint we'll put down is our uranium and MOX fuel production. And this will take up some space. So looking, I'm thinking maybe right over here. I kind of want to leave this area here for our fast breeding reactors. I think it's going to look cool if they're over here. With this big open space, I think that should work out pretty well. And we can just tie in over here with the on and off ramp right here. Might even reconnect the other side. That could be an option. And then have our fast breeding reactors over here. And then our nuclear reactor. I'm thinking we do that over here. So we'll pause the game so it loads a little quicker. But this is the basic kind of nuclear reactor build I have here. So it's set up to bring in the Yellowcake as well as output the depleted uranium onto a train for the fast breeder reactors later. If I got plenty of room over here, so let's figure out where we are going to do our ramp. So we'll do our ramp here. I'm already doing a crossing right here. So let's pull from the middle here and then run it out to 110. Same with this one. So right there. We'll do our on-ramp. And we just line that up with the middle track on each side. And we don't need this side of the ramp, or the junction here for our ramp. So we'll delete that, and then we can hook up our nuclear power right here. Let's see. Yep, we got plenty of room. We're near the water for seawater, so that should work. There's that. There's that. What we could do... Let me see. Is there enough room here for a modular ramp to get a... Okay, yeah, we can fit a ramp over this. I'll bring it in as tight as possible towards the train track. There we go. So, yeah, I think that's where our ramp is going to go. And let's connect in the rest of our train tracks. And there we go. All right, so they'll be able to cross over to either track right here. This is the lead up for the ramp, so the trains will be able to get up to speed and then join in, go into the junction, or turn around if they need to, whatever they need. So let's unpause all of this. We'll let the everything get built. And then we can go over this process. So basically, we are bringing in the Yellowcake here on the right-hand side, or this lower side towards the water. The depleted uranium is being exported on the other side. So our depleted uranium storage is in all of these storage boxes. It should be relatively easy to expand if we need to add in additional storage. We can just loop these back and forth. So that's already taken into account. So you have an additional 2 more rows of storage. So you can loop that through. You could add in storage over here, or continued on this way, depending on what your base is looking like in your island. But that's the stuff that we bring in on train. Everything else is done by truck. So we have our water input here. This is mainly just used to get the process started, where trucks will bring in the water to feed the uranium or the nuclear reactors. Get that started, and then the reactors themselves are water positive, so you only need to do this once. We have different items that we are bringing in, so we are exporting recyclables from our fission products. We are exporting slag. We are bringing in steel, sulfur, rock, broken glass, graphite, and salt. And then we have a storage here for enriched uranium, which we will be using to make the core fuel for the fast breeder reactor. So we'll use this process here to jumpstart that once we have the technology unlocked. And then we have a Yellowcake storage here just in case. That's what all of the train stations will feed into. Then we have our enrichment plants. So these ones are set to Yellowcake with the hydrogen fluoride to make the enriched uranium 4%. We have, I believe, 16 of them. Yeah, 16 of these going. Then we have 3 enrichment plants set aside here for that reprocessed uranium. And then we have 4 enrichment plants here set to make the enriched uranium 20% once your reactor is shut down. Then we have our spent MOX fuel storage here, our spent fuel storage here. Then we have our 2 chemical plants for making the MOX fuel, which goes right here into the MOX rod storage as well as our uranium storage. We have 2 assemblers making uranium rods, and then we have a little baby storage here for the enriched uranium 4% with a balancer, and then anything that is in excess, so the little bit of extra uranium that we get from the reprocessed uranium will get processed through and then turned into that enriched uranium 20%. So while this is running, it will start making a little bit of enriched uranium 20%. And then once you're ready to transition over to the fast breeding reactors, you can keep this running to either run through all the Yellowcake that you have on site, turn it into enriched uranium 20%, and then trucks can bring that over to your fast breeder reactor blueprint to start making the core fuel. But let's see. We're just waiting on everything to get built here. While we're waiting on that, let's look at the uranium mine. So a bunch of dirt coming through to the point that the 8 belts of throughput is backing up. Oh, that's because I haven't fixed this yet. So if you're using this blueprint, I'll try and get it updated today after I've done recording. But in case you have a blueprint before I fix this, there's one single lift here that just needs to be flipped. It's right here at the very front. You flip that and then you'll have all your belts being processed through. Yeah, just one that I missed here on the inside. Yeah, everything else is running. That should help keep up with that now. And it looks like we got our first set of uranium coming out. So, yep, we got our uranium ore here. We have our trains coming through here. Just moving the priorities around a little. Okay. So 1500, I think cutoff is like 2800 is when the first train will come in. So let's see. And that should be over here. Yep. And we'll set these all to uranium ore. That will help with the storage here, so the trainer will request more. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, all this is waiting to get set up. Oh, you picked up some gold? Okay. There we go. We'll turn on that auto assign products for now. So that doesn't happen. Looks like we've stopped mining titanium. Yeah, it looks like there's just a little bit sitting in this dirt pile. And low supply of yellowcake, that's fine. We do have some unity, so let's get the train built here. Same with the ramp. Should help the trucks a little. These storages take a bunch of unity, so I'll let the trucks build those. We'll build all of these, and our enrichment plants. Here we go. Just did another vehicle research. So I have vehicles queued up at the moment. So we have a bunch of more haul trucks because that's our bottleneck right now. So more haul trucks queued up, ready to go once research has progressed. And we should have our first uranium train on the way. We do. Oh, we actually have 2 of them. So this guy just filled up, it looks like. Yeah, the other one's on his way. This guy. So let's follow this guy back while we're waiting for everything to get built. Yeah, base is coming together pretty well. Liking the train tracks, the train system. I haven't seen too many bottlenecks or issues yet. I think we're up to 35 trains so far on the system. And then incorporating these waiting bays here on the main line seems to be working really well. Yeah, this guy is, I think, just top speed all the way through. Should be. I wish we could keep that open. But yeah, it looks like he's top speed all the way through. No issues. Let's see, this train has traveled 424 kilometers so far. And he's carried 63,000 tons of material. Perfect. And we have another deadly flu coming through. Should be fine. Yeah, we're losing 9 people. It's not bad. Yeah, flu. Okay. Let's see this get dropped off. Yeah, these waiting bays here going into the train stations really help a lot with keeping any bottlenecks. And there's the save. Okay, so follow this guy again. You can see he's got straight shot in. Perfect. And this should be our first load of uranium. So that's going to be 2,800 uranium. We have 3 more trains coming in as well. So that should start filling this area. So what we can do is unpause all of this. We'll just turn 1 on for now. We are short 400 people. So one of the things I did do in between episode was upgrade the houses or the settlement to housing 3s. It just takes a bunch of time for the trucks to deliver everything. It wasn't too crazy. And then building up the stockpiles of construction supplies. But we'll unpause. Probably, yeah, it looks like we just need one more unpaused. So we'll do that. Our health is back. So we should see our personnel go up. One of the things we could do to help this process out is get rid of some of this graphite. I'll just use Unity to do that. That will start using up this carbon dioxide. That way we are not venting it. And that should boost our health again and drop our air pollution. We'll need to come up with a more permanent solution involving the... What is it? The... gas injection pumps, where we can take that carbon dioxide and mix it with some seawater and drop it right into some limestone, which we might just take advantage of the limestone that we have over here. So while we're waiting for everything to build up, make the yellow cake that we are going to need. Yeah, we have everything kicking on. And it looks like, yeah, our construction parts are pretty low from building all of this out. Let's get this added to the train network first. So we'll add these 2 stations. This will be depleted uranium. Train limit 6. Train limit 6. And this guy, we actually want to be a pretty high priority, so I'm going to set it to 6. Low supply of salt over here. Ooh, that's not good. What's going on? Should have salt production. Limestone is low. Yeah, we have plenty of salt. They can export from here. So it looks like it's just a matter of moving up the priority. We'll do that at 6 as well, because we do want our settlement to always have food. So we'll change all of these priorities over to 6. We're at that point in the game where we need to start taking that stuff into consideration. Alright, so that gets that done. We have all of this stuff over here. We just need the first shipment of Yellowcake, which is going to take a little bit of time. Yeah, we do have it going out now. Over to here. And we'll do that there. Doesn't really matter. But we do have, what is that? Almost 300 Yellowcake. Low supply of salt. We have trucks bringing salt over, so that's fine. What we will do is unpause the rest of this building. That way we are producing Yellowcake. We'll produce 144 every 60 seconds now. And we are short on people again, so come through, unpause another house. Actually, 2 of them. That'll give us about 300 extra people. We'll have to see Yeah, our wastewater's keeping up. See what it looks like once these people get moved in. Okay. Do we have trains coming yet? Not yet. All of this is kicking on though. So if we look at our products, Yellowcake, we should see, we'll keep tracking it. But yeah, we were producing 72. This should jump up to 144 production. And that will be more than enough to cover the nuclear power that we need. I believe it's just 48, if I remember right. So yeah, 3 times 16. So yeah, 48 Yellowcake is all we need for production-wise to run 4 nuclear power plants. And speaking of that, let's look at the nuclear reactor. So I think the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to have the nuclear reactors over here on this side. I think I'll just line it up. Actually, do I want it on this side? Because the water's over here, so what we'll actually do is flip that. We'll leave a little bit of space here. We'll do something like this, I'm thinking. So these are set up for nuclear reactor 2s, the upgraded version of this. But for now, we're stuck with the reactor 1s. And like normal, I have the inputs and outputs here, all marked. So if you do use this blueprint, you'll be able to see what all the different pipes are. But basically, we need enough seawater. So I think it's 240 if I remember right. 2, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 16 of these guys. Yeah, 240 seawater is all we need per reactor. So let's come over here. And we'll copy these guys. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. That. And that. And clean this up a little bit more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's our first. Actually, we'll go on this side. That's our first set of seawater pumps. We will change the priority on these guys because they're running our nuclear power. So we'll change that priority over. Our water, we pretty much just want to bring in straight across here. So I think we'll just line it up, say right there. And then we need some brine dumping. We'll copy one of these guys. And that should be enough for a Mark IV pipe. So this one we'll just bring in like that. I don't think we'll ever have this much brine over here. But just in case. And I actually want to keep those paused for the moment. Oh, come on. Okay. So we got that going. I want to have a height 7 pipe. So use one of these. And I'm thinking I just do this probably on each side. I'll do 2 of those that way and then 1 this way. And that will be for our seawater. 2 for seawater. And then 1 for brine. Oh, actually I don't like that. There we go. Okay. So that's 1 pass through for the trucks to get through. Let's do another one now on this side, and it looks like, let's see. Yeah, I think that's right here in the middle is our truck pass through. Yep. So we'll just do something like that. Go like that. And I believe it's right on this line. Okay. And let's actually get rid of all of these tiles here so we can actually see. Hopefully that's a little bit better. But we have our seawater over here. So seawater goes in at height 5 on the nuclear reactor. Then underneath that we have our water output. I did go through and name everything on the balancers as well, so you can see all of that. That guy's wrong. So is that guy. Okay. But yeah, we have seawater in, excess water out, our brine output. Then we have our spent fuel, our fuel input, and then I believe it is water in. Is that correct? Where's the balancer? Yeah, water input down on the bottom. So let's go here. This is going to be our brine pipe. Brine is at height 4. So I'll drop down height 4. I think just run straight across. Probably the easiest way to do it. Oh, actually it's height 3. Oops. So let's get rid of this one, height 3. There we go. So that's our brine output. Our seawater we'll bring in right here. This one we want to bring in on this side. And then this one bring in on the other side. Oops. Of course that happens. There we go. Okay. So it handles our seawater and our brine. Now we need to do our water, which our water hookup is way down over here. So let's do, yeah, we'll run this over here, actually at height 4. There we go. So that's our water output. Our water input, we will run height 1 from here underneath this pipe. So I'll get this connected. And yeah, probably drop it down right here. So there's that one. We do technically need more pipes for that. So yeah, we'll get this hooked up. Basically, each nuclear reactor needs 384 water in. It should... this should be fine with just one pipe. It gives us 900 water. That's 3 reactors, no matter what. So, yeah, that should be fine. And all of these are water positive using thermal desalination and steam depleted. So that will be fine. It'll just be slower to start up, but that's fine. The other thing we need to do is allow trucks to output some water over here. So we'll allow them to do that. And then we'll raise this to import, yeah, priority 7. Okay, so that gets that going. How are we doing on Yellowcake? Yellowcake is here. So let's unpause all of these, as well as this over here. We don't need the glass unpaused yet, but we'll start getting sulfur online once we have some water here. And then let's get our fuel hookups. So we'll do, this is our fuel right here. We'll just keep this as our uranium fuel. The MOX one we'll do as its own belt separately. That's what this pipe is, or this belt here is for. So what we could do is bring that one over like this. Can we? Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that's our MOX. Our spent fuel is here on top. So height 2, which we can run right over the top of water. And then I'll get these deleted so they're not taking up room. Get that deleted. And there's that. That's our spent fuel that will go to our storages and then to our uh, treatment plants, or the what is it called? Reprocessing plants. Once we have that research, which will be after we produce 200 waste, we'll unlock that research. Let's see, how's all of this going? Oh, Yellowcake did not get hooked up. Okay, so there's that. That should kick all of this on. We do have acid being made. We have water coming in. And the priority output is on the water for acid. No fuel. Oh, I guess these uranium mines. In that case, let's go to our train manager. We will set this to 45% for fuel. Okay. These guys are just waiting. Yeah, waiting for the junction to clear. Okay, you guys are waiting as well. Oh, we were waiting on coal. Okay. Yeah, that train sitting there probably did not help for a while. Okay, so we have the hydrogen fluoride, we have the acid. That means we'll start making the enriched uranium. Enriched uranium is coming through. And we have the... Yep, turned on the right one. So now we are making our uranium fuel rods. So we'll start getting those stored up over here. And let's also put down some more nuclear power reactors. And last one. Okay, so 5 reactors is what this will support. Think, yeah, it should be safe to get rid of most of this stuff down here. There we go. Don't need these. Get rid of these. And those ones as well. And we are actually going to turn this reactor here at the very front into our MOX reactor. Which means I want to remove this hookup here. Same with this balancer. There we go. Our MOX fuel is coming in over here. And I think... Actually, no, that won't work. What is the best way to do this? Should have left one more space of room. Let's do... Okay, let's bring this out. We'll swap these two kind of around. So this guy and this guy. And we'll do that right there. Then this guy, we should be good to pull it back to there. Go underneath and then back up. And then we'll go on the side here. And yeah, we'll just connect it in there. And there we go. Okay, should be cleaned up now. So this will be our MOX reactor, and then the other 4 will just be our uranium reactors. Why is everybody out of fuel? Come on. You are out of fuel as well. May need to spread out those refueling stations. Might be time. But let's see. So that gets that done. How are we doing on uranium fuel rods? We have 84 of them. So let's unpause everything over here, over here. We can let the trucks build everything out here except for this reactor. And we'll only run probably 2 reactors for the moment. So we'll leave the other 2 paused. That way we can just upgrade them directly. Yeah, do that. And it looked like our power was low, so let's unpause this guy. Make us some more sulfur. Use some more coal. Let's see, how's our Yellowcake over here? Doing good. Uranium looks like it is starting to back up. Yep. Okay, so let's add in all the important stuff. So uranium rods, MOX. We might have to wait on that one. Waste or spent fuel, so we can see depleted uranium. Keep an eye on everything. Okay, we'll build all of that with Unity, all of that, all of that. Okay. We'll use Unity to build all these pipes so we can start getting the tank stored, or the water storage going. Okay. Yeah, this guy should be running pretty much 100% out now. Yeah, we have the Yellowcake. So just a matter of getting this built, and then we'll be able to turn it on. So I will bring you guys back once this is ready to turn on. Okay, we are back. So got all of the reactors down and ready to go, and got all of the water tanks filled. I did that by just running a pipe over from our refinery here. So just ducking under the bridge, connected it into this mess of a pipe balancer. I've flipped the pipe now, so now our excess water will head to the refinery to be distributed out to everything. But we should be good to go now. One thing I did forget is the recyclables over here for broken glass, which that's going to be a problem. Let's see, we have broken glass coming through right here. What I think I'll do is, let's see, so we have broken glass right here. We'll turn off import, we'll turn on export, and we will only export if we have more than 600 here. That way our trucks have a chance to grab the glass and take it to our refineries or our power plants, because we'll need that for the waste processing. But we should be ready to turn the system on. We have about 1,600 uranium rods in storage ready to go, and all of our reactors are full of fuel rods. So with these first versions of the nuclear reactor, we can only go up to 3 times. So we'll get that turned on. So the way this is set up is we have our water input here. Our water export comes out here on this pipe into this balancer, where it's prioritized to feed the water into the water tank for the system. Once that's full, then it exports out to our main water export pipe. So that's how we stay water positive and keep the system full. We are using, so our steam comes out into this balancer, where it will prioritize out to this set of steam turbines. So these are all set up to go. This will start creating the power that we need for our factory or our island. And with this only being able to go up to 3 times, I've gone through and paused 2 of the steam turbines, as well as the low pressure turbines and a generator. Actually, I think it's 12 and 12, so 24. Yeah, it'd be right about 1 more. But that should be enough to keep everything running. So there's our first nuclear reactor up and going. We should be making our first set of nuclear waste. So let's turn on all 4 of them. This will start making us water and brine. We'll be able to feed the water back into the system. It doesn't matter if the water backs up. The way I designed this system is that the steam coming from the turbines, as well as the steam coming from the cooling in case of a meltdown, all of that is prioritized through this balancer, with the priority being the steam coming from a meltdown. That will prioritize out to the thermal desalinators. If those back up, say for water backing up, then it will go into this pipe here to our cooling towers, which will run at a water negative. So as the it will take that steam, turn it water negative, and then pull from the desalinators as needed to keep the water topped up. So you don't have to worry about the water backing up. The only issue would be brine. So just making sure your brine pipe is set to dump. In this case, that's all we're doing with our brine for the moment. Eventually, we might want to do some salt production. That could be a good idea for us. But for now, our salt seems to be keeping up over here. Yeah, it's slowly going up, so I'm not too worried at the moment. But that gets us all of our reactors running. They are currently set to power 6 and 7. So I am going to go through after this episode and change the power priorities over on these guys. Actually, I could do it real quick now. So I want these to be, let's see. So 8's going to be, actually we'll do 9, 9, 9, 9, and 9. So I continue on the power priority to the next line for the first generator. And then after that, I would step it down. And then same with this guy, 10. That just allows the auto balance to work correctly. So let's go 11, 11, and 11, and 11, and 12, 12, 12, 12, 13, 13, 13, and 14, 14, 14, and then these guys will be 14 and then 15. And I will copy those to the last ones here as well. And then basically we will just have auto balance on for all of them, which I think they all are. Oh, these ones are not. Auto, 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 auto. And this will start saving us some coal. That way we are not burning through our coal supply so much. So if we look, we should see, yeah, our coal was up at about 1.7. Now we're down to less than 900. And dropping even more, so 500 now. Trucks are still crazy busy, and that's because of slag. I've had to throw 30 trucks on slag to keep up, and it's barely keeping up. So I think one of the things we will actually do is come over here to our edicts. Actually, I already got it on. Never mind. So overloaded our trucks. One thing I did do while I was waiting on the reactor to finish was turn on the health boost 1, just so the air pollution, if it does creep up, it doesn't throw us negative and we start losing people. So took care of that. And I think the last thing we'll do for this episode is set up a limestone mine. So if we look over here, our limestone is just barely keeping up at the moment with trucks delivering. And with the only having 30 trucks available at the moment, reducing the number of trucks I need to use over here, I think is going to help a lot. So what I'd like to do is put in a limestone mine. I don't think I'll be able to fit it here because we need to dig up the limestone. So I'm thinking I put it over here for now. I'll have to figure out how I want to tie it in here. But let's look at our train stations. So stations, mining station. And what we could do is just something like this. Would like it a little farther out. Yeah, something like that. So we can do that. What I'm thinking is maybe we tie it in with this guy eventually. That's why I was trying to leave some room here. I'm thinking I bring the main line down this square here. Then we do our 90-degree turn, get rid of this eventually. And then tie this into another T-junction over here. I got one truck stuck. Everybody else is good? Yep. Okay. So let's have the truck start building this. And we can look at doing a ramp. And I think just do something like this. So it's just one-sided ramp. Bring it in this way. Like that. Could just get rid of this loop right now. Yeah. I think so. So we do something like this. The other thing we'll need to do is get rid of our station, or at least the tracks connecting it. And let's use Unity to speed this process up. We'll do that. Get rid of all of that. Now we can connect this in. We'll do some 90-degree turns. Oh, actually, that will not work. Okay. In that case, let's go like that. There we go. Try and keep everything the same. And there's that. And then since we already have this here, we can just hook this ramp right in. Oop. That did not come out right. There we go. And we'll do this one as well. There we go. Okay. Let the trucks build all of that as well. And then we'll connect this in over here to this one. And then the trains can go either this way to get into the stacker, or they can go around this way. Especially for the rock and dirt dumping, they'll be able to get here a little bit quicker. So slow down or speed up the delivery times a little. But we need to get this going as soon as possible. So I think we do something like that. or at least getting most of this stuff going. Then let's come over here to these guys. Get rid of that one. Then we do 2 and 4. And this is going to be limestone. And I think we start off with, yeah, just something like that to dig out this area a little bit more. That brings those trucks over. And now we can get rid of all of this. So now we'll have limestone hooked up as well to our train network. And that is already ready to go with our limestone train here. The only thing I need to do is add the stations in. So we'll go like that, add those 2 stations to the network. That gets most of that done. Unity is a little low. Looks like household goods, maybe? Oh yeah, 118 household goods. We are out of wood. I'm assuming it's a delivery issue. If I had to guess. Yeah, because we have plenty of wood over here. So let's assign some trucks. We'll do 4 trucks there. And then we'll also put down that the trucks can deliver here for the tree harvesters. So that should help with that process. I think everything else is fine. Yep. So just that one, which means we are short on Unity. So we'll come over here and turn down our recycling a little bit. Should help. Let's see when it ticks over. We are still short on Unity. So yeah, we'll just turn off recycling then for that one for now. But there's that. So we got uranium mining set up. We got our first nuclear power set up. Yellowcake production, our uranium fuel rod production. Let's see how close we are. We've already done our nuclear reactor, so let's research that one real quick. Said research that one. There we go. It's 4,000 or almost 5,000 research, so it should be relatively quick. To get into fast breeding reactors, though, we will need to do orbital research, so our space station 2, and start getting our space science, which means we will need to set up a space program. So we will need to look into doing aluminum and titanium in the next episode. Let's see. This train has no fuel. Okay. We'll just rescue that train. There we go. And then, before I forget, we need to reconnect our track in. So let's go height 6. And we'll just connect it in like that. then this guy. Actually, height 3, right? And we'll just do something like that. And like that. There we go. We'll put our T-junction pretty much right here once the trains are, or the trucks have built everything. May want to extend that out to a double-sided, but I think single side is fine. And you guys are producing. Yep, perfect. We have our limestone coming in. Got a little bit of unity being produced. How's our glass rocking chairs going? Or household goods? We are getting some wood in. These guys are back to running. Yeah, we ran out of glass rocking chairs quick. But our production should be back up and running now. Hopefully. Let's see. How's our wood? Do have some wood coming in. Yeah, you can't reach the destination because you are trying to get probably all the way over here to... Yeah. Okay. Oh, we don't have any tier 3s. Okay. Let's see. So we need all of these guys in. And that was everything. We can... Oh, don't have enough unity. Looks like we are getting 6 again. There we go. Urgent. Urgent. For all of these. As limestone is down, that means our steel production is going to be down as well. And then all of these as well for urgent. And these ones. Not enough unity. Last of these train stations, though. Priority 11, train limit 6. And 6. Okay. All of those are coming back online. Let's take a look and see what we need to upgrade our nuclear reactor. So that is going to cost us just 300. electronic or construction part 3s. So we'll shut off our nuclear reactors. And then I believe I can just restamp this over the top. Oops, not that one. Uranium. So like that. Okay, yeah, didn't change anything over there. I did repause all of these buildings though, so let's unpause everything. Unpause, unpause. Yeah, we'll actually need all of these unpaused as well. Same with you guys. And you guys. This one we don't need to build yet. But we can start upgrading all of that. Okay. So we'll unpause that. I was storing this, but now we can just let that out. And we already have everything in place. So it should just be a matter of processing the nuclear, the spent fuel. And I will turn that, boost it with Unity, just so we can clear through all of this spent fuel. That's going to get us the reprocessed uranium, which means we need to unpause these guys now. So that's going to take that reprocessed uranium, mix it with some hydrogen fluoride, give us the enriched uranium that we want, as well as some more depleted uranium. That depleted uranium is up to 13,000 now. Due to fork track. What? What station are you talking about? Must be this guy over here. All right. Oh, because it was it had to pull forward. Okay. Yeah. That means these are all going to be urgent as well. And I want to copy these ones there. That should stop it now. Okay, and you are going to drop off. Perfect. That's fine then. And that should get us limestone now. Which means, yeah, I can turn that off. We are in the process of getting rid of all of this. Let's get the station tracks up and running. We can accept other vehicles here since we don't have any fuel at the moment. That should allow, I think, the trucks to refill there, and then for this guy here to bring fuel over. And our nuclear power has all been upgraded. So now we should be good to unpause all of these. and kick this on to power 4, power 4, power 4, and power 4. You guys are all backed up on water. Yep, so we are full up on water. Perfect. And yep, we are running. We should have all of these good to go. And then what we could do as well is turn the automatic power regulation on. It's going to eat into our compute here. But that will auto-regulate. And currently, the way this is set up is that there are two high-pressure turbines not set to auto-balance. That way, it will eat the 96 steam, the high-pressure steam, that we need to keep the minimum level running. And then everything else can auto balance, and then this automation should reduce it down to power level 1 if it's not using all the steam. So let's see, there's that. That means that we should be good to pause all of this over here. So let's see if we go like this and drag that up. Should pause everything. And then over here, most of our turbines should kick on. Yeah, and then there'll be a couple here that are not running, and then we should see the power drop like it is, so it'll drop down to 1. And these will all auto-regulate themselves for keeping the power going. It looks like our spent fuel is good now, so I can unboost that. And then we are taking the plutonium, putting it on over to our chemical plant here. We'll unpause that, mix it with some depleted uranium, and turn those into MOX rods. And then that should start filling up this nuclear reactor here. And I'll get rid of that other recipe so I don't get confused later if I'm looking back on this hours later. We got our broken glass, recyclables are good, slag is good. Yeah, Yellowcake's good. We even have our station starting to fill up. Our seawater's good. Brine dumping is all good. So perfect. And yeah, we are now transitioned over completely to nuclear power. And if we look at our coal use, it's dropping down even more. Yeah, we are down to 467 compared to, I think, our maximum. Yeah, it looks like we were up at about 1.5K. It's about 1,500 coal. So, should be good there. That means our coal train should be backing up. Perfect. I can reset this guy back to 6 trains. And there we go. And then what's going on over here? Should have... we have Unity. Don't have construction parts, that's the issue. In that case, I think temporarily I will turn all of these on. which means I need to turn all of those on. Which means I need to turn all of those on. And then I will allow importing because I think we have a bunch of tier 2 construction parts in here. Yeah, about almost 5K. So we'll turn all of that stuff on. Health is doing good. Household goods. I think the household goods are more important than the wood. So currently wood is only going to either construction parts or household goods. So we will output priority to household goods for now. That way we can keep our Unity bonus up and running. There's that, and then our vehicles over here. What we could also do is use some Unity to move some wood over for now. That should help. Yeah, so I got moved over to this storage box. So that should help this a little bit more while everything gets caught back up. The recyclables, looks like we need to unpause these two. Let's check that out. Yeah, so we are producing a little over 650 and only consuming about 576. So each one of these consumes 144. So 144 times 6, we can do up to 864 recyclables. So we should be good there. Yeah, we'll see our consumption jump up. And that should burn through this over here. Maintenance 2, what's going on with you? We need 1600 maintenance 2. So yeah, we are due for a second or a fourth maintenance 2 depot. Yeah, we're up to about 4,000 maintenance 1 use. We have what, 8 here? Yeah, 8 times 498. So we are right on the limit of maintenance 1. So we'll unpause the 8/9 one now. And then maintenance 3. We're doing about 600, so divide that by 249. So we need 3 of them. So we're still good there on maintenance 3. And we still got research kicking on. Yeah, we're up to 120 research every 60 seconds. So 480 research every 60 seconds, and we're up to 99,000 for this research cost for vehicle limit. So I think I'll call that one there for vehicle limits. And then what we could do, maintenance outputs, we've hit max on. We're not using any world mines. Could reduce the settlement water use. But I think instead we'll do tree growth speed. That way we can keep up with the wood cost that we are going through. It looks like you guys are all done all the way out to here. So now we can start expanding this area. The project team, I've moved them over here so they can start digging out this. It's gonna be pretty tight fitting everything in through here. So have to see how it goes. Let's go cut it back like that. Maybe this one too. Yeah, we are full on uranium though, so that's good. And they did clean everything out over here. So titanium is ready to start extracting. We have bauxite already over here, so I just need to put down a second mining location right here. So mining station. And then we should be good to go. And then, yeah, limestone is kicking on. Let's see. These guys are finishing up. Let's do diesel on you. Here we go. And yeah, we want diesel coming in. That should bring a train over now. And then rock we'll get rid of. Diesel, actually, I don't need that high. Did I make that mistake with uranium? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, just 5,000's plenty. But I think I will end the episode there. So we got nuclear set up, ready to go all the way up to nuclear reactor 2s. Yeah, everything is running. Yeah, we got 2 of them on 1X and 2 of them on 4X. And then our MOX reactor is currently off, but we do have it full of fuel. So it is ready to turn on, but I'll wait until we have about 1,000 or so ready to go as backup. But yeah, I will end the episode here. So thank you so much for hanging out and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.